Hi, I'm Annie Kennedy and I'm a senior consultant with Capability Group. We're based in Auckland and I live in Central Otago, but I have the good fortune of getting to travel around and work with different groups. So my background is I've been in learning and development in one way or another for a number of years. Since 1993 actually, from travel and tourism tutoring days to working in a media organisation, to working overseas in financial services, and then coming back to the same in New Zealand and consulting for over 10 years now. So my passion is leadership and self-leadership and general kind of resiliency as well. My thoughts on the future of learning through RevealVR, it's quite exciting. I'm kind of curious about the future generally around the way that we work and jobs, and we hear lots about the fourth industrial revolution and that with machine learning and AI, what does that mean around where us as humans need to be developing? And we talk about human skills and we talk about our thinking, our critical thinking, our creative thinking, our ability to collaborate. These things are becoming more and more important, and from a learning perspective, from my experience with leadership development, giving people the experience to take you out of your familiar context and see how we react in a very unfamiliar environment is hard to do unless you have a massive budget and you send someone to some far off country and maybe in a different culture or context. What I'm really excited about is seeing how this RevealVR experience can put somebody into a scenario that's totally unfamiliar, that doesn't give them easy, necessary kind of solutions and steps forward. And how do we react in that moment? There's so much learning in that moment for ourselves, and I find that pretty exciting. And it sticks. There's a stickability. It's a whole body mind and emotion experience, and it's something that stays with you, and it's fun. And when we're having fun, we're more likely to also learn more and through the chemical response in the body. I think people get different things out of the experience. I think it depends on what's sitting there as a need when people come in, whether it's a whole team, and maybe that whole team is still forming and it accelerates that connection and understanding of how we operate, how we communicate, what our strengths are. Or maybe as an individual, I'm helping myself to understand more about how do I respond, for example, when there's times of ambiguity or uncertainty. And we've all experienced that in these past few months as we've navigated the COVID-19 disruption. We've gone through this time of not necessarily knowing what's happening next, and what does that mean in terms of my response and reactions to that. So there's, those are just some examples of the types of things that people might get. RevealVR plays a great role in teams. I think it's apart from the fact that it's a shared experience, it's a fun experience, there's a shared vulnerability in going into an activity that we don't necessarily know what we're in for, and we don't know what the answers will necessarily be. That there's also a lot of learning about who we are as individuals and who we are as a team and how we operate and communicate together. And it's the facilitation as part of the experience that enables us to really get crystal clear on that. So with the more information we have going into the experience around the specific need for the team, the more we're able to kind of hone in on that and ensure that we're able to pull that learning out. And the actions, not just the learning and awareness, but what are we doing? What are we going to commit to build on or to do differently? There are many memorable moments as a facilitator, leading teams or individuals through RevealVR. I think it's when you get those moments where people are feeling maybe a little bit frustrated and almost disconnected, and then you see something, a penny drop, and a moment of clarity, a little aha moment, and a shift, a significant shift forward in terms of self-awareness or team dynamic awareness, or just the kind of conversation or exploration that follows. There's been a shift of some kind. And for me, I just get so much enjoyment watching that and supporting that as well.